Hello, everybody that is my clicker. Hello, everybody that is watching me, and I'm here today to present to all of you an idea that's going to help us get out of the itches from a very dreaded plant called poison ivy. Do any of you know about that plant? Okay, so I think we have a fairly amount of people knowing about poison ivy, so let's start. Wait, my clicker isn't. Before I start, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Siddharth Vikram. I am 9 years old and in 3rd grade. My interests are Minecraft, math, coding, science, and oh no, I forgot to add innovating and thinking of inventions and going on and presenting on gifts. So here's the backstory to my idea. Please do not focus on this itching dog until I get to the park. So it all started when I was going out to help my dad pull out gardens. I know it's a very hard job, and you can sometimes get confused with poison ivy, and then you can know what happens. After some time, my hands started to itch, and I thought I'd been just bitten by bugs, because I'll tell you this, Carlisle is a house of bugs. The itching continued and became a crazy rash. Well, here's what remains of the rash. Here became a rash after 2 or 3 days. I was still under the impression that it was just a normal rash and take it too seriously. Once I found it here, and in many other parts of my body, at the point, I showed it to my parents. Since it was a weekend, we were not able to get a doctor's appointment. So my mom went to the pharmacy. Thank you, Mom, by the way. And based on the consultation of the pharmacist, received a calamine lotion and, sorry, by the way, for the error of the a calamine lotion and cortisol cream, sorry. The pharmacist also said, if only we knew that we had poison ivy reaction within the first 10 hours, we should have used an ivy wash. That would have prevented the chemical spread from going all over the body and making me suffer. And after that, the next day, we went to the doctors and had it shown, got the necessary antibiotic medicines. One other thing bad about poison ivy, the medicines, no offense to the medicine, really do not taste good. So I had to deal with scratching like an itchy dog and dealing with a really hard medicine for 20 days. And that was hard. I'll give you a few moments to see the GIF or the GIF. Okay, now let's continue. So what is poison ivy? This dreaded plant is a climbing plant which has leaves with 3 leaflets. It causes this insanely itchy and insanely painful rash when touched. The poison ivy contains an oil called ursodiol. I'll be talking about it in the next slide. Ursodiol makes you itch. It is the most common cause of environmental contact allergy. So what is that chemical that goes in your body, seeps up your bloodstream, makes you trouble? It's called ursodiol. Now, some of you here might not be able to say it out loud at first. And since you might want to talk about ursodiol at the end of my presentation, I will give you a little bit of a spell check. It's ERSODIAL. Something to say that. That's very close. Ursodiol. Ursodiol is an oily mixture of organic compounds which allergenic properties found in the plants poison ivy, poison oak, and poison sumac. I just noted them because they have a very, very cool name. There are a few more, but here are the main bullies at the playground. Dead spots are caused due to a T cell made immune response. The body's immune system recognizes the ursodiol as foreign and attacks. As the body is attacking the ursodiol, the skin gets affected by having painful, itchy blisters. Here are some facts about the dreaded poison ivy. Some common allergic reaction in the US affects as much as 50 million Americans each day. 85% of Americans in the US are allergic. I unfortunately fell into that bunch. 15% of Americans are non-allergic to poison ivy. So, what's my idea? It's called poison detector patches. The PDP. My idea is to make a type of patch that sticks on top of gloves. Patch is transparent on all sides, but it has a small piece of cloth, which was dipped in a type of dye that changes color when it comes in contact with ursodiol, and waited till it dried up and was attached to the transparent outside. So when you're about to go out and garden, just stick the patch on your glove. Here is a picture of my dad wearing the glove with one of the patches on. Of course, there's going to be more patches, not one patch. So what you can do is so when you come in contact with poison ivy, poison oak, poison sumac, the patches will change color and you're safer now that you know. So how do you use it? When you're about to go out and pull out weeds or work on your garden, I know it's a very just stick on the patches to your glove and you can go out. When you come in contact with ursodiol, patches will change color. Safely move away from the small. Next time, before you start gardening, remember to peel off the infected patch with a glove and replace it with a new one. The reason I said with a glove very loudly, because if you peel it off with your bare hand, you might accidentally touch the dye, which might have been infected with ursodiol, and then you're gonna have to deal with the itch. Well, at least you know that it's on your body, but it's still good. So here are the advantages. First of all, there's other products that use color changing dyes. However, one of them are in the form of wipes that you can use separately. My patches are always present when you're working and notify you immediately, unlike wipes that you have to remember every time you suspect a poisonous plant. And if you are working for a long time, that is a hard thing to do. The patches can work on any existing gloves that you use normally, and they're 100% safe to use. Do not affect the skin anyway. One thing is, the patches do not just have to be on gloves. Did you notice that they can also be on clothes, tools? But it is mainly on gloves. You can reuse them until they come in contact with ursodiol. So now I would like to say thank you, big, loud, and clear, for this amazing opportunity, for letting me present my idea. And I hope you like my idea and don't have to be scratching like that poor old dog, like that dog.
Wow, that's fantastic, Sid. As someone who has experienced poison ivy since I was a little kid, I love this idea. I think it's really practical, and I think it's something that is so easy for people to use. A question I have for you is, how much have you tested this? Have you tested this? I know your dad has used it. Have you tested it in different environments, whether it's in a garden? Because sometimes you're getting poison ivy when you're gardening, but sometimes it's when you're out for a walk somewhere. So I wonder about having something on pants or socks as well might be helpful.
Actually, I did not notice. I did not notice. I did not mention one thing. The thing on the glove wasn't actually that. It was just a band-aid. I did not. I'm yet to create to actually make it a functioning thing. But that was just a model. Those are band-aids. A picture, not the real thing. Not to get you confused.
Well, that sounds like a great place to start doing some testing and see what can work. That's fantastic. Thank you. Thank you. Julie, over to you.
I just want to say that I think you missed a couple different titles at the very beginning of your presentation when you were talking about, maybe not titles, what you were interested in. Because I think storyteller should be on that list for sure. Don't you think?
I think so very much.
I mean, there's
nothing
nothing
engaged the whole
there is
time.
nothing that is dull about how you deliver your message, Sid. You're very, very good, very enthusiastic. I could just picture you on a TV show doing this for kids around the world. It would be great. And medical research. I mean, I know you have scientists down there, but everything I've heard you ever innovate, maybe I just haven't heard them all, has related to medical in some way or another. I mean, your gummy COVID vaccine, what was before the gummy COVID? It was something else medical.
These are the three things. One, there was a gummy. Two, there was a nanobot. And three,
A nanobat to go in your body and kill bad, not bad blood cells. What did it kill?
Yeah, it's focusing on killing pathogens.
There you go. And then this to detect poison ivy before it gets you. My question is, if you're just wearing it in one spot, one little spot, I mean, I've had it on my ankles. Well, it starts on the ankles, but then it just goes everywhere. I've had it on my hands. I've had it on my arms when I was a kid. So where do you put it? Where do you put the patch?
It's right now. It's probably actually no. It can go everywhere. No, not on your skin. That's one thing. Probably not on your skin, but maybe on your clothes, your shoes, and your gloves. So it can go on.
Maybe that depends in part in what you're doing. So if you're going to kneel down and weed a garden with your hands, you'd want it somewhere on your gloves, right?
Yeah, and maybe your pants.
Yeah.
If you're gonna actually be a lot on the ground.
Yeah.
Any more questions? I see that Jake has turned on his camera. Does he have a question?
Jake always has questions.
Sid, I was teaching at a school. It's a very nice school, but it's out in the woods. And there were two things the teachers were always yelling at the kids. One, don't run. And two, stay out of the poison ivy. So as soon as you're ready to produce these things, I have a school that will buy 100 of them.
So I'll keep that in mind. I'll keep that in mind to contact you the second it's ready.
Have you thought about how much these might cost, Sid?
Yes, I have thought about it. I still have not come to a solid base of my points. I'll maybe ask my mom to contact you once I figure out the price.
Oh, okay. Your mom and I talk all the time anyway, all by email, but we talk a lot. Okay. So, the other people you were talking about that had like the wipes. So if you think you have it, you wipe off, right? So maybe you can get a deal with them where you're selling your product to prevent you from getting it, but it's not always going to prevent it. And then you need the wipes to take care of it. So you guys could like tag team there and have a combo product.
Maybe. Actually, I just have to notify you on one thing. The wipes are actually not wet wipes that are supposed to be wiped on the skin. They're actually supposed to be rubbed against the plants That's why I was saying they're supposed to be rubbed against the plants, not
Really?
on your skin. I wonder why.
You're supposed to use the wipes to rub on the plant?
Yeah, on the plant that you suspect, the plant leaves that you suspect.
I would not get near that plant that I suspect is poison ivy.
I would agree. Well, even more opportunity for you then, Sid, to do the combination of the what did you call it? The DPD, PDP.
The poison detection patches.
I-
PDP.
Very
I
good.
love that. I love that. And I see lots of line extensions for it and all sorts of different products. So well done. Great creativity and great presentation. Thank you so much. Really inspired by you.
Sid, thank you for hosting. Thank you for being part of the mashup, first ever. And thank you for being a presenter. I think that you could go rest and eat food now or something.
Yeah, my stomach actually grumbled right before I presented, but I was not in the mood to leave my chair.
I'm
Okay.
glad you didn't.
Thank you very much. And thank your coordinator back there for me too. She does a terrific job of keeping you on schedule.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
Bye, Sid.
Bye, Sid.
Bye.